Good evening, guys. Lexus Driver here. Welcome to another video. This time I'm going to be talking about the vehicles that are sold here in the Philippines but are not sold in the United States. So once I finish through this video, any of you guys who are from the United States, let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts about these vehicles if these were sold in the United States. I mean, they are sold in the Philippine market only, but what are your thoughts if they were sold in the United States? So let's get to it. Let's start from the smallest, and then we'll work our way up to the biggest. Or that's how this video is going to be. So this vehicle I have here, this one, what I'm showing on my screen, this is the Toyota Wigo. Now, the Toyota Wigo, this is actually the smallest car in the Toyota lineup. I mean, sure you have this is a four-door model. The Wigo, it would have been cool if the Wigo had there's the three-door model and the five-door model like the Yaris, but I think the Wigo it's not going to work out that way. So the Wigo, like I said, the Wigo, this is actually the smallest car in the Toyota lineup for Philippines, of course. I think the smallest vehicle in the Toyota USA lineup, I think it's the Corolla hatchback. I don't know. I could be wrong. Just let me know in the comments below. So this is Toyota Wigo. Really one of the cheapest vehicles to get because it's a really small vehicle. Yeah, pretty small. You can only fit four people in here because this is a budget vehicle. It's not it's not like one of those fancy vehicles, and the engine of this vehicle, I'd say this is three cylinders because since this is a very small vehicle, a four-cylinder engine wouldn't make sense for a vehicle this small. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Toyota Wigo, the smallest vehicle in the Toyota Philippines lineup. Pretty small, but like I said, uh, this is like for those who don't want to spend too much on buying a car. So this is the Toyota Wigo. Pretty small. I would say this is a city car. I don't know if the U.S. actually has city cars, but city cars are very common in really small countries, including Europe and even Asia, Australia, and even South America. But yeah, so that's Toyota Wigo, the smallest car in the Toyota Philippines lineup. Now this one is the Toyota Vios. Toyota Vios. This is the previous generation Toyota Vios. I'm pretty sure this year they might introduce a brand new Toyota Vios, a very new redesigned vehicle, like a new look and a new interior. But for now, this is what it looks like. So the Toyota Vios, this is a compact car. Well, I would say this is a subcompact car because this one's actually smaller than the Corolla. The Toyota Vios, um, yeah, pretty cool. Four-seater vehicle. Nothing too fancy other than a stylish steering wheel, doorknobs and whatnot. Still pretty cool and simple as always. If they want to bump up um, like like wanting to drive a real car, with that vehicle feel. So yeah. So yeah, this is what your transmission looks like. The Vios, like the Corolla, the Vios comes in an automatic transmission or a manual transmission. I like the automatic, but very glad they give you that manual feel, like shift to manual and upshift and downshift. I'm that kind of guy when it comes to automatic transmission. So yeah, this is the Toyota Vios. The Toyota Vios, like I said, um, this is actually in the Philippines. This is actually the best-selling vehicle in the Philippines. Um, I like to classify that the Toyota Vios. Um, this is the this is a subcompact car because it's smaller than the Corolla. Next up, the Toyota Yaris. Now, this is what the Toyota Yaris looks like. I'm pretty sure any country around the world that still has a Toyota Yaris, the Toyota Yaris will be different. It's going to be a lot like Japan's Toyota Yaris. I really wish if we get a new Yaris here in the Philippines, the Toyota Yaris would be a lot like in Japan, because the Toyota Yaris, I think they also have a crossover version, like you can take it off road, and also there's the normal Toyota Yaris, which is in the Japanese market. But if we get a new Toyota Yaris, I really wish we get the Japanese version, because this is I would consider this yeah, I would consider this I would consider this this is like the Toyota Vios in its hatchback form. Yeah, I I'm very excited for what it's gonna look like. Yeah, interior it's a lot like the Vios, except there's some things that have some change, like that some things that makes it stand out. So yeah, this is what the Toyota Yaris looks like in the Philippines. Now the Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid. Now in the United States, Japan, and Europe, it's called the Corolla. But here, this is a very special. This is a very special variant of the Corolla. This is called the Corolla Altis. I mean, sure, it's still a Corolla, but we just call it Corolla Altis. This vehicle, it's sold in the Philippines as well. But the reason why I included this in the list is because this is a very like it's a lot like the Corolla, like your everyday Corolla. But what makes it very unique is, even though the interior and the exterior is the same, like same body, same interior and whatnot, the one thing that's different is the headlights. This is the only difference between the Corolla and the Corolla Altis. The Corolla Altis, it's the headlights. And I believe the Corolla Altis hybrid. I think they will use. I think these headlights, they're going to be used on the new Vios that's going to be coming real soon in the Philippines. Yeah. By the way, these are just old pictures of the Corolla Altis. I'm pretty sure if you get inside the Toyota Corolla Altis, it's gonna be a lot like the Corolla around the world. Yeah, these are really old. These are old pictures. I'm pretty sure the new one is gonna be very different than the pictures. So yeah, that's the Corolla Altis hybrid. Um, this is really a true compact car. Next up, the Toyota GR Yaris. Now, this is actually the Japanese model of the Yaris, except that this is a two-door model, and this vehicle, you can only get it as a manual transmission. I think it's a five-speed or a six-speed manual. I'm pretty sure someone can let me know in the comments below. But nothing much to say other than it's a very compact vehicle, meant to be driven around like on the track. Yeah, nothing much to say on this vehicle. But this is really the Japanese model of the Yaris. If you can see the headlights and taillights, etc. Next up, the Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, the Toyota Land Cruiser, it is sold in the Philippines, but not sold in the United States. The U.S. actually had the Land Cruiser, but they discontinued it for some reason, in favor of the Toyota Sequoia. I feel like Toyota United States shouldn't discontinue the Land Cruiser. I mean, sure, it's pretty expensive to get, but Land Cruiser, it's really one of the coolest vehicles you can get. It's a bit smaller than the Toyota Sequoia, but the Toyota Land Cruiser, this is really big enough for countries like the Philippines. This is enough to be a full size SUV. Yeah, interior is pretty luxurious. Yeah, you get a big screen, multi-terrain select, multi-terrain monitor, etc. Next is the Toyota Prado. Now, the Toyota Prado, this vehicle that really deserves a makeover. The Toyota Prado, um, it's if this it's a bit smaller than the Land Cruiser. But if you guys checked out my Lexus video about the LX and the GX, the LX it's equivalent to the Toyota Land Cruiser, and the GX is equivalent to the Toyota Prado. Yep, interior is pretty outdated. Nothing much to say, but really hope that the Toyota Prado gets a brand new look and a makeover. Same for the GX. Next is the Toyota Fortuner. Now, the Toyota Fortuner, this is actually like our version of the Toyota Highlander, except the Toyota Fortuner, it's a bit smaller, um, a bit smaller than the Highlander. Uh, Scaled down, but you still get that feeling. Also, the Fortuner, it's a lot like the interior. It's a lot like the Hilux, but the Fortuner, um, this is like our version of the Toyota Highlander. You had four cameras as usual. I really like the interior. It's it's nice, dated, really a step into the future. And you can either have a four-seater or I would say a five-seater or a seven-seater, because you get third row seats. So yeah, nothing much to say on the Fortuner other than it's like our version of the Toyota Highlander. Next up is the Toyota Rush. Now, this vehicle, this Toyota Rush. According to the lore on Toyota Philippines, the Toyota Rush is like um, it's like the baby Toyota Fortuner. Well, because it's a bit scaled down, a bit small, um, and actually, my parents and I have this vehicle whenever we get to drive around. But once again, these are old pictures. They haven't updated it so much. But yeah, pretty cool vehicle. Now, this is the Toyota Raze. The Toyota Raze, this vehicle, it is sold in the Japanese market, but it's also sold here in the Philippines. So the Toyota Raze, it's um, it's pretty small, cubic feet, but I would like to call this one like this is a large scaled up version of the Toyota Wigo. So this is the Toyota Raze. Yeah, you can fit five people here. Uh, this vehicle, if I get my hands on this kind of vehicle, it's pretty small, but it's an upscaled version of the Toyota Wigo. Interior looks pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. Um, so yeah, this is the Toyota Race, sold in Japan and also sold in the Philippines, but it's not sold on the U.S. market. Next up is the Toyota Veloz. Now, this is actually the bigger version of the Toyota Avanza. Now, the Toyota Avanza, it's a bit smaller, but this Veloz, it's a lot like the Toyota Avanza, only this one's a lot bigger. And the Toyota Veloz, you can only get it with as an automatic transmission. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the interior still remains the same. I think the only difference is there's some small details that makes it stand out. Yeah. So the Toyota Veloz, it's a bit bigger than the Toyota Avanza by the wheelbase. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool vehicle. Sold in the Philippines, but would have been cool if this vehicle was sold in the U.S. Like, what are their thoughts about these vehicles? And then next up, like I still have more, but just sit tight. I'm pretty sure I'll get to it. Now, this vehicle is called the Toyota Innova. Now, the Toyota Innova, this vehicle, this is this one's an MPV. For those who don't know what MPV is, it's multi-purpose vehicle. Very common in Asia, but not so common like in North America. The MPV would be like something like they wouldn't know what that is first time. So Toyota Innova, yeah, the Toyota Innova. The current generation Toyota Innova, the gasoline it's used, it's not gasoline at all. It's actually diesel. Now, diesel, it's completely different from gasoline. I mean, sure, it's still a fossil fuel. Don't get me wrong, but diesel is completely different. Interior still remains the same. Would have been pretty cool if like the screen's okay. Like I don't know if you guys can see, but the screen looks really big, very very dated, and get that really cool. Yeah. Innova, you get captain's chairs. You can actually have third row seats. Here we go. Some more pictures. Yeah, you got a tray table. Yeah. Transmission still remains the same. Yeah. Screen's a bit smaller, but would have been cool if it's bigger. But you get what you get. Your very own cool box. Yeah. So yeah, that's Toyota Innova. Next up, the Toyota Avanza. This is a lot like the Veloz, but the difference is that the Avanza it's actually a bit smaller uh, than the Veloz. So yeah, if you look here, it looks a bit small by wheelbase, but you can still fit more people on the third row. You can still have a third row seats in the new Avanza. So far, just only four pictures, two exteriors and two interiors. So this is what the interior looks like, similar to the Veloz, but slightly smaller. Now this is the biggest van in the Toyota lineup. Sienna, it is big, but I would say this one is way big. This is the Toyota Hiace. Now the Toyota Hiace, this is the biggest van in the Toyota lineup. Um, the previous generation Toyota Hiace, it's more like it's more like a cab over vehicle, but now this one you actually get a hood like the Ford Transit, the biggest van in the Ford lineup. Exterior looks great. The only thing that they should have upgraded is the infotainment system, like make it a big screen, because this is a premium vehicle, and you can sit so many people in this vehicle. You get captain's chairs. You get yeah. So the Toyota Hiace, this is actually well, there's no pictures anymore, just a video here. I'm not gonna bother, but the Toyota Hiace, this is actually the biggest vehicle in the Toyota lineup. So this is actually top of the line. It's called the Hiace Super Grandia. This is actually the biggest van in the Toyota lineup. Next up, the Toyota Alphard. Now, the Toyota Alphard, this is one of the few vehicles where the Toyota emblem is not on the front grille. Instead, it's on instead the Toyota emblem is in the trunk. Yeah. Interior looks great. You get a V6 engine. So a V6 engine that's 6 cylinders. You get captain's chairs. Yeah. So the Toyota Alphard. Oh, more pictures. Yeah, these are the captain's chairs. Yeah, you can sit. You can only have it as a seven-seater. So the Toyota Alphard, you can only have it as a seven-seater, unlike the Lexus LM, as I discussed in my previous video. Yeah. So so like I said, this is what the emblem looks like on the Toyota Alphard. So yeah, that's the Toyota Alphard. Now the Toyota Alphard, this is actually the smallest van in the Toyota lineup. Um, for the Philippines, of course. I'm pretty sure in Japan they actually have a really small Toyota van in their lineup. But for now, for the Philippine market, this is the smallest van in the Toyota lineup. Next up, the Toyota Hilux. Now, from largest to smallest, there's the Toyota Tundra, the Toyota Tacoma, and the smallest. This is the Toyota Hilux. If the Toyota Hilux was sold in the United States, I would say this is actually the smallest pickup truck in their lineup. Um, a vehicle I would compare to this vehicle, a vehicle I would compare to the Hilux is the Ford Ranger. Ford Ranger it is sold in the U.S. market. Don't get me wrong, but the Hilux is it's pretty small. Even though it's small, it's really tough. So yeah, the interior, like I said, the interior, the Toyota Fortuner, the interior is a lot like the Toyota Hilux. And the Toyota Hilux, unlike the Toyota Tacoma and the Toyota Tundra, you can actually have just the chassis and replace it replace it with big box for cargo, etc. You know what I mean. And finally, the Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. For now, it's not released yet in the U.S. market, but for now, the Corolla Cross it's only here in the Philippines, but soon the U.S. will have the Corolla Cross Hybrid. Now, the Corolla Cross Hybrid, this is actually like a hybrid Corolla as a crossover. Interior still remain interior. It's like any other Corolla out there in the market. And yeah, the Corolla Cross like every other Corolla. It's only you can only sit five people inside the Corolla Cross. But the interior, it's a lot like any other Corolla out there. Yep. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. If any of you guys are from the United States, what are your thoughts about these vehicles? Let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts if these vehicles were sold in the United States? Like they are sold in the Philippines, but what if these vehicles were sold in the United States? Let me know in the comments down below. Till then, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.